Welcome back to the Mullen Performance YouTube channel. I wanted to go over what it takes to be a YouTuber in 2022. Now, when I started this, it's been almost 9 or 10 years ago. Basically, what you do is you would make an account on YouTube, sign in, and open an AdSense account. Well, YouTube originally had the only thing you had to do was have at least $10 in your AdSense account that they would send to you. So when you open a YouTube account, you basically partner with YouTube, and when you see the little ads pop up, or because it's always everybody skips the ads or they got ad blocker, but those ads give you a certain percentage of money. Now everybody's percentage is different. When you're starting out, your percentage is very low. You might earn a penny or two per ad. The big guys, the guys that bring in all the views, they end up with bigger shares. So, just like anything, fortune kind of favors the rich, but they would get like maybe 4 to 5, 6 cents or whatever their percentage is per view is always going to be higher. So, you get on YouTube, and if you get a standard video, like a small guy like me might get several hundred views on a video, and then the big ones for me are like thousands of views. Well, big ones for guys, the big YouTubers, are millions of views. So if you can kind of guess what they make, per view, then you can just take that times however many views they got, and you can kind of figure out how much money they make per video. So, they might, depending on how big they are and how many views they get, they might get anywhere from, the big guys might get anywhere from, say, a couple $1,000s per video up to, some of the big guys can make, $250,000, $300,000, $400,000 per video. And, it's crazy money to put out a video. If you don't know, a standard YouTube video, YouTube has an algorithm, and to kind of get in that algorithm and get picked up, it's usually about a 10-minute long video. That's why you'll see a lot of these guys, they'll ramble on like I am. They'll ramble on and tell you, you'll notice the video is like 10 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that. It's because that YouTube video, when you hit about that 10-minute mark, is kind of the sweet spot for YouTube picking it up. And then if you're lucky, if YouTube picks it up and it gets on the home page, then you tend to get more views. And videos make the bulk of their money the first couple days they're out. After that, they're just kind of in the wasteland, and people come across them, and that's it. That's why YouTubers get so mad if their YouTube video gets a strike on it. But then the first, then you got to go through the process of getting it looked at, and it takes a couple days, and then all of a sudden, whatever content they have out there, whatever money they could have made off that video, is now gone. So, and you get a lot of when you start running into copyright stuff, you can't have music in the background. There's guys that literally walk around and vlog, and if there's just a little hint of music in the background, YouTube can copyright strike that. The music industry is horrible for that. I mean, they really need to go over the laws and stuff like that for this day and age, because that may have been okay 40 years ago or 50 years ago when it comes to copyright infringement, but you just can't get around that nowadays. When you can walk out your front door, I can literally walk out my front door and the Amish are pretty heavy around where I live, and they go by in their buggies with music blasting. Why should I get a copyright strike if I walk out my door and I hear Amish, bumping Cardi B as they go by? It's not my fault, but that's just kind of how things are. But I want to go over what it takes to be an actual YouTuber nowadays. Because originally, like I said, when I got on 9 or 10 years ago, you AdSense account, you got an account set up, and then whatever money that you made over $10 just automatically got put in your account. You didn't have to do anything else. You were verified, boom, you were done. So over the years, I guess all these little microtransactions got to be too much for them, and the piddly things now that become, as you become a YouTuber, I guess it's easy to get thousands of views nowadays, which I'm trying. So I have a list. So this is this is my list of things that you have to do in order to be a YouTuber nowadays. You need a bare minimum of 1,000 subscribers. So if you that's just how things work. And if you I should have turned on airplane mode. You got to have 4,000 hours of watched content. Which is that's crazy to me. Of course, you got to have 0 active community strikes. You get 3, they shut down your channel. And there's guys out there that that are like review manga comic books, and the Asian community, or the people that come up with these mangas will just hit their whole channel for like 150 copyright strikes at once. And these guys that make millions of dollars off the stuff are now just instantly shut down. Or they have to go back and fight each one of them, and it takes time, and it's hassle. That's why I want to stick with just me, just being the standard douchebag that I am, working on stuff, just enjoying what I'm doing, and just having fun, doing what I like. But I'm gonna push for eventually one day maybe I'll have 1,000 subs. 4,000 hours of watch content is still crazy to me. Once I pass that, hopefully that 1,000 mark, I can start actually making some money off YouTube. I have less than $20 in my AdSense account from 10 years. It's been sitting there for 10 years, and it was in there before they did all these guidelines for what you have to do to become a basic YouTuber now. Because like I said, back in the day, it was just you started an account, you started a YouTube account, you had, as long as you had an email and an AdSense account, you was done. It didn't matter. You made money. Boom. And that's what was so great about YouTube back in the day. It's kind of like the Wild West, you didn't have to worry about a lot of stuff, and now everything is so PC and friendly, and people can strike your account even if for no reason other than you just go on there, boop, they can strike your account, and then it's got to be reviewed, and you can fight it and win, but now all of a sudden your money's gone. And I mean, that's just, people are just, they control you that way. And it's horrible that somebody who works this hard to actually come up with decent content and do this for a living can be taken away by trolls. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to push for 1,000 subs. Hopefully my content will get watched, which me just sitting here talking, it's not gonna get watched. I'm going to have to start doing projects, but like I said, that's going to just depend on how I feel, how my body feels. I'm kind of broke and old. I now have my my truck sitting in here. I'll show you the truck. So the truck gets an injector. It needs one injector on number 7, and I'm hoping just to get in here and replace number 7, but they want $110 for a injector, one injector. You can get on Amazon and buy a whole complete set for like $75, which I think is just absolutely absurd for part stores to do this. I mean, I can understand markup. I've been in retail for almost 30 years, and I can understand markups, but not 10 times. That's crazy. Retail can suck the living soul out of you, and it's something that I'm getting too old for. No patience. So that'll be my next little project there, is just replacing number 7 on there. Hopefully that'll be this weekend. We got our long weekend, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then back to the dump on Monday. So we'll see what happens. I got a stand for my phone coming, so you guys don't have to sit there and get motion sick from me walking around. We'll see how this goes. So I hit my 10-minute mark. if you want to waste 10 minutes of me sitting here talking about nothing, I'd appreciate it. So, guys, have a good weekend. Have a good New Year's. Don't drink and drive. If you need a ride, just call me. I'll come pick you up. So, guys, have a good New Year's.